Hello, Terror here, and we are back with the mystery of Ranko Togawa, the murder on the Marine Express. That's how you do it. Excellent. And thing is starting to escalating a bit. This is supposed to be the last day, or is it tomorrow, the last day that we arrive at the mainland? And in total, 3 people has been assaulted, with 2 of them died. Which is, Jessica and then the fucking shepherd. Iran is also a victim, but fortunately she didn't die. And yeah, now all of the students are told to stay in their room until Mr. Brown giving further notice, which apparently he didn't. Strange, isn't it? So either way, yeah, let's continue playing the game, shall we? But first I'm going to check the Marinette. It's me! A quick assessment of our situation here. We are locked in an underwater train where people are getting murdered, and there is no way to escape until we reach land. 7 lady, when you put it that way, you make it sound bad. Wait, now that I think of it, I'm also trapped in this train. God freaking damn it, the reveal yesterday. Hey, yo! Yeah. That's me. They put me in the game. Oh god. That is so sweet. The reveal yesterday with my name on it. Oh god. I hope nothing bad happens to me here. I reformulate then. What began as one of our absurd travel for riches resulted in 2 teachers killed and a girl in coma. Yes. That's a better description than what I did back then. And we don't know if one of us may be the next victim. 7 lady, with the kind of luck we have, I'm sure the train will stop too before arriving. Oh, no, please not. Sweet lollipop, do you find it funny to say those kind of things? Maybe. This is serious, we are in danger. Daydreamer, come on, let's try to keep calm. The last thing we need now is to start freaking out. I mean, we are in danger, but what else we can do? I'm not freaking out, I'm so calm. We can see that, yeah. Well, how are we supposed to keep calm when you insist on spilling bad omens? Just ignore them, take a deep breath. Try to chill a little bit. Yeah, you're right. I'll try to calm down. Oh no, help! this this little this little shit. God dang it. What is happening? Are there any more victims? No, my phone is losing battery and I can't find the charger. Things looks grimmer by the second. Indeed it is. Well, that's why. We have been locked here for a while. There were no news from Mr. Brown. Indeed. I'm sure he's reporting everyone about what happened earlier. Did he? It's clear that they can't let us moving around freely on this kind of situation. Not that anyone will dare to move alone with that much danger, though. But we can keep looking for clues from our room. We won't find the truth this way. We can take this chance to review what we learn from the investigation. Okay, that's a good idea. Wow, now you sound like a bona fide detective. Am I not? I rather sound like someone who actually knows what she's doing. So let's begin from the most relevant point. Is this really a string of killings related to Shepard? It is, I think. Or just a serial killer trying to murder some victims before reaching land? Everything seemed to point to the first option, but I'm not so sure now. Why? I'm not sure. For random killing, it's all too connected in a way. The issue here is that we have a clear motivation for the first death, but not for the next ones. Why was Irene assaulted? Who could want Mr. Marble dead? I don't know, Irene is related to Shepard in a way, and so does Miss Marble. If we don't manage to answer those questions, then we'll have to surrender to the idea that someone is trying to kill us just for fun. Yeah, but they definitely doesn't make it fun in a way, so I don't know if they really did it for that. Maybe we should focus on who had the chance instead of getting stuck on the motive. That's a good idea. We actually have a rather nice piece of data about who could have killed Shepard, do you remember? Huh? Christine claimed to have seen some girl getting in teacher's room before Clarice passed by. By her looks and her red jacket, she could be a freshman. Could be. That's a pretty good start, right? Yeah, it is. Yes and no, knowing that led us to suspect Iran, but it is obvious that she was not the culprit. Also, we can trust Christine's testimony completely. She just glimpsed the girl and the jacket, could only be a distraction to mislead us. Could be. Right now, we can take that for sure. Maybe if we check that piece of data against the option for the other assaults, we get to find the name we are looking for. Anyone had the chance to do it, however. We have no clue to shorten the list of suspects. That, and we don't even know how Miss Marble could have been murdered in such a short time. Someone had to be keeping a close eye to get in right after we left the room. That's the only way I can explain how they managed to stab her so fast. This case became a hard one to crack. Astrid, what do you know? There is another thing. Yeah? What? We still have no idea on why was Iran in the bathroom. To collect some flowers? That's true, and we don't know which weapon did they use neither. It feels odd that the same knife was used in both murders, but she was clobbered with something on the head. Maybe the killer couldn't use the knife at the time. Maybe, but then where did he find the weapon to bash her? It's not that there are many blunt objects in this train to go killing around. Also, why didn't they left the weapon in the bathroom like they did the other times? Perhaps because they still bring the thing with them. This is all very strange. What could people possibly bring with themselves altogether, blunt, and also can use as a weapon? Perhaps the most baffling question is the one from before. Why was Iran there at night? Did she agree to meet there with someone? It had to be the killer. They had no chance to know she was there otherwise. If they didn't plan to meet beforehand, maybe they sent her a note. A note? No, a message on her phone. Oh. Darn, why didn't we think about that sooner? Yeah, I also didn't think of that, so I cannot blame you too. Yeah, right, should have checked the phone. That could have been a golden clue. Now we have no way to check it. But wait, that's kinda intrusive on someone's privacy, so no? We don't know if we could unblock the phone anyway. Well, that's true, but still, it's worth the effort, I guess. I mean, it's just pressing the phone a bit and see if it can be unlocked. Okay, let's accept that Iran was not in the bathroom by chance, and that the killer arranged a meeting there in order to kill her. Really, is it to kill her or what? That would mean they were actually targeting her in particular. Exactly, but then we are back to our classic issue at hand. Why her? Is there any reason why somebody would want to kill her as much as teacher? Maybe she knows something troubling the killer? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that would make sense, but what does Marble have to do in all this? Miss Marble, eh? She knows something too. That's simple. Iran and Shepard were very close, but Marble was not on that picture. The more I think about it, the less I understand. Okay, let's get back to the discarding process. Right, let's start with the staff of the train. Among the ones who interacted with us, not Mr. Malik nor Mr. Johnson and Miss Joyce were acquainted with us beforehand. So I don't think they have any reason to commit the crimes. Yep, this is a targeted murdering. What about Miss Quinn? I find, very suspicious that she kept hiding for all the travel. Well, even after our catastrophic visit to her room, we didn't manage to find any incriminatory clue. But I wouldn't bet on her neither, yep. It's true that she seems like a little shady, but if you think about it, she is subjected to the same restriction as the rest of the staff. For example, and just to mention a key point, none of them have Iran's phone number, yep. So there is no way they could send her the message to meet at night. This is at the assumption that the killer did send a message to Iran at night, okay? Oh, you're right. But then we have progressed a lot. Uh-huh. We just have to think about which person may have her number and then the list will shorten for sure. No, it's not that easy. Unfortunately, all the students of the academy on this train have access to that number. Remember that we're all in the same general chat in case there's some announcement to make. Anyone could look at the member list to find her phone number. Anyone, eh? Drats, I thought we were on some advancement here. Don't lose heart, there are still people to cut from the list, okay? For instance, Clarice Rosalind is a very improbable murderer. Why? She was the one who found the first body, but having Shepard alive was in her best interest so that he could help her with her issue. Well, she had no reason at all to assault the other two victims. That is correct about that one. I will put her on the innocent pile. That's one person less, okay. I think we can cut Erika too. She was on the dining card while teacher was being murdered and we already know that she would never harm Iran. That's correct. So I don't think she has anything to do with the case. We have to thank her for taking care of Iran in our place. Yeah, I'm glad she managed to correct her bad attitude. Yeah, correct your bad attitude too, Ranko. Everybody can come back to the right path if you give them the chance to do it. Maybe, but intentions are only proof through actions, not with words alone. In her case, she wanted to redeem herself after extending all this rumor about Iran, and that's what she is doing. I respect that. Then who are the most likely suspects? The Wildcats, for instance, really? Katia specifically had lots of reason to kill Shepard, so she is a good option to consider. Perhaps she assaulted Iran to silence her and Miss Marble for doing nothing while she was being harassed. Catherine and Mao looked really surprised when they heard her story, so I don't think they are involved with the case, but who knows. Maybe one of them was a victim of Shepard too and she is keeping quiet about it to elude suspicions. Wow, she looks like a very promising applicant. Maybe it was Katia for real. No, it's not. We must not hurry on this. We were counting out some people, but there are still lots we can be sure about them. I don't want to be worried of them, but Maddie and especially Christine have a good motive too. Maddie? Why? They say they wanted to corner him to uncover all his crimes, but maybe they ran out of patience and took the law into their own hands. So I don't see them assaulting Iran and Marble, and neither did you see anyone else did that. What pisses me the most is that I don't manage to find a link among the three victims, but you said you did, that they are related, that's why you didn't suspect Miss Quinn to be the culprit? Anyone not free of suspicion can be the culprit until we get to understand that they have a relation in a way, how to say it? You know, Mr. Shepard knows Jessica and Mr. Shepard is kinda targeting Iran. In a way, they know about each other, in a way. Even people which don't seem related, like Mr. Brown or Haifa, don't seem related. I really suspect Mr. Brown. Or Lena. I hope not, but both of them look like good people to me. I wouldn't want any of them to be the killer. Now that I mentioned her name, Haifa was right about something. We have to be ready to accept the solution. There's a chance we don't like what we find, but we have to reach the end of this. Even if the culprit is someone dear to us, we can hide it nor wash our hands on it. We have to make them take responsibility on their acts. Yeah, I just hope we can avoid that. Well, I don't think you can, because the culprit is definitely one of the students or people here. One from St. Joachim, yeah, that's the word. Me too. Uh-huh. Okay. Ladies, it's your turn for the dinner. Please wait here on the corridor with your peers. We'll have to continue our talk later. I was actually starting to get hungry, you know, because of the nerves and so. Oh, Astrid. Like you need to be nervous at all to get hungry. Sorry to be healthy lady with good appetite. I'm sure you are hungry too. What? You're talking about Ranko? Ranko doesn't need to eat. She can survive with only the oxygen in the air and the sense of the universe. You know, like one of those Zen master. Yeah, well, I'm tired most of all. Okay. So do you need food? Perhaps. The situation is draining all my energies to all of us, I guess. Who's that? Girl A. A cow. Attention please. Biko. What's the matter? I solved the case. I know who is the killer. Oh, interesting. Really? That's great. There is no mystery hard enough for me. I'm the Cordelia Gray of the 21st century. Very interesting. Then who's the killer? Are you the girl who is running back and forth while pestering everyone with her uncomfortable questions? In the flesh. Then doesn't keep us guessing who is the culprit. Ah, interesting. Well, I still don't know exactly, but you said you have solved it. You just said yourself you knew. What I meant is that I almost have the answer. I'm crossing suspect from my list, so the last one standing will be for sure the culprit we are looking for. Okay, and how is that going? Well, I know it wasn't me, so that's one less. Alright. Of course you are not, it wasn't me either. Oh, that's another less, that makes two. Oh great, we have a very excellent detective here. Are you pulling our leg or what? Stop complaining like that. If you think you can do better, you are welcome to try. It can be that difficult. I don't know. Say then, who's the culprit? The killer is Yasu. Are you really trying to get away with a near half of a century-old meme? I don't even know what it is. I wonder. Do you know what I wonder? No. Well, let's go back, shall we? Girl A, who's that? Girl B, didn't see her until now. Who are they talking about? Oh, it's Miss Quinn. Looks like she decided to go out of her room. Interesting. Didn't expect that, but I thought she is going to die too, but thinking about it, there's already 3 incidents happen in the first trip of the train she designed. Hi, Miss Quinn. Huh? Oh, it's you too? Quite a pleasant trip you are giving me here. This was meant to be a memorable event to wake the interest of many future travelers. Looking to enjoy the beauty of the ocean, but now there's one more person dead. And here we are locked up with a murderer with no option to escape. I don't know how they convinced me to eat dinner here. Oh, we are so sorry. Oh, okay, so all the passengers need to get out because to keep them safe. This is the end for this train. An engineering marvel promoting peace and rest while observing nature now gone to waste. But it wasn't the train's fault. Be or not, nobody is going to get in a train where people was killed. This is the end for us. Oh no. Don't be so pessimistic. Your mistake was to trust too much on the goodwill of your passengers. Yeah, here's a thing that I learned after watching Not Just Bikes. You should totally watch it. It's a channel talking about city designs revolving on pedestrian and cycling centralistic stuff. I'm not good at English, so I'm not very good at conveying what I'm trying to say, but it's about, city design that is bike friendly and pedestrian friendly. Yeah, that is. And one of the point that I still remember to this day is that when designing a city, when designing something in general, even a city, you need to always remember that human will always make mistake, no matter how much you trust them. So a design should not be made in the mind that people wouldn't try to, do something wrong about it with it, but you should think that people can do something wrong with it. So you should design it as safely as possible to make people unable to do wrong things to it. Yeah, that's how you say it. For example, rather than relying on car driver conscience to slow down on, crossroads or something, you better elevate the crossroads so the car have to slow down by itself. Yeah, that's the example of how it goes, Like rather than relying on the driver to slow down, you make them slow down, must slow down. I don't know if it's clear enough, I'm sorry if it's not. You can prevent more tragedies like this one if you improve the security measures. Yeah, that's right, totally true. Easier said than done, bad reputation spreads too fast nowadays. Even if we improve our service, it is too late. Unless, of course, the murder is solved. That at least could amend the problem. Well, I understand your point, but I think all is not lost. I'm sure you'll find a way to change things up. It's nice to be young, always looking on the bright side. You lost that naivety with the years. I just hope it's not with a blow like this one. Scythe, leave me alone. I'm not even in the mood to get mad. Okay, oh, Grace. Well, let's go look for a table. We are coming in turns like in the rest of the meals, but this mixed group makes sitting more difficult for everybody. Yeah, we'll have to look for a random open seat. At least it's safer. Hey guys, looking where to sit? Want to eat here with me? Hello, Clarice, long time no see. Clarice! My friend is so scared she doesn't want to go out of our room. I would love some company here. Will your friend be okay? Thanks, you're doing us a favor. Such a messy trip, right? We expected some fun journey and it ended being one of the worst experiences we ever lived. Quite the way to rest from school. I'm sad it all turned this way. And Miss Marble's death. She was a stern teacher but a nice one too. She always supported her students in all they needed. I feel bad for the way she's gone. We were the last one to see her. We still can't understand what could happen. What? You were the one who found her. You are always in every mess. We get that a lot. Not like we are doing it because we want. I guess there won't be many people mourning her. We don't used to interact that much with teachers from the academy after all. Now I just remember Detective Conan. Because, Detective Conan always appear at the incident site whenever, so the police starts to doubt him and say, could you actually be the mastermind of all this murder because you keep appearing right when there's a murder will happen? Yeah, they did say that. I can't forget which chapter though. But to me, she was kind of special. Oh really? Why? Miss Marble helped me a lot with my studies in my first year, and she was always a role model to me. In this kind of environment full of conceited and stuck-up rich people only moved by money and power, finding an imposing woman was a breath of fresh air. Oops, sorry, I didn't want to imply that all of you are like that. It's just that sometimes I feel a little bit off in this academy. That was pretty nasty comment on my side. You can show me the yellow card. Oh. No, don't worry. I understand what you say. It's true that elitism is one of the worst flaws of the school. Anyway, I find surprising that a girl so committed to sports like you have that kind of good relationship with Miss Marble. Yeah, I know. Actually, we sort of grew apart during this year. Interesting. You know, because my little block in tournaments and so, but she always tried to find some time to chat and check if I was alright. Maybe she was only trying to find a friend among so many unmotivated students. I feel awful I couldn't even comfort her when Mr. Shepard was killed. Comfort her? What do you mean? Well, geez, I guess it doesn't matter anymore, but don't tell anyone, okay? I'm sure Miss Marble will be mad if she knew I blab about her as she died. One day, we were alone in the refectory talking over a cup of coffee, and she admitted she liked it a lot. Wow, yikes, that's probably why. The usual body talk, you know? I didn't give it much importance back then. They say love grows over time after all. However, now I'm clear about how happy Miss Marble was when talking about what she felt about him. Yep, that's why she talks about him a lot. And defends him a lot. Hard to believe with that sour face she always got on her. I'm serious, that's why I say feel awful about not comforting her in such a hard situation. It had to be a heavy blow knowing the man she loved was murdered. Well, now that I think about it, it's even heavier to know the man you love and then you mourn is actually a molester. Nonetheless, a pedophile, you could say. But goddamn. Well, that's really bad, and after that, she died. Actually, she looked really flustered when we found the body. Not just because of the scene, but because it was Mr. Shepard. Probably, this day she was really making an effort so that we could keep our cool, but it had to be so painful for her. I'm sure she was sad and angry, but had to keep a cool face towards the students. Poor Miss Marble. Whoever killed her is a jerk, but they are lucky on having murdered her before she found who they are. Now I kinda suspect Miss Marble again, even though she died. I'm not sure she could have refrained herself from taking revenge over her crush had she known who was the culprit. Wow, now I get why she was so distraught when she learned about Mr. Shepard's background. What do you mean? Oops, I spilled the beans. Ranko, can you explain it to her? Come on, don't gossip it. Uh-huh. Ranko? Uh-huh. What is it? Sorry, it was my mistake. Please don't be mad. No, it's not. She's not mad. There's something else. You found something, did you, Ranko? Come on, you are scaring me. Yeah, me too. Maybe she's feeling ill. Ranko! Huh? I can't believe it. I told you I let it slip without thinking. Don't be mad, please. No, that's not it. No, not that. I can't believe I'm so stupid. Gosh, I'm an absolute idiot. I just don't understand. Clarice, how's your rugby? Great! Yours truly played in the defense line and nobody could go past me. Wonderful, please do me a favor. In 5 seconds you will have to tackle Mr. Brown to stop him from getting the dining card out, I think. God dang, tackle Mr. Brown? Alright, let's go. What? Astrid, come with me. What? Hey, where are you going? Tackling you, of course. Goodbye. Ooh. Not sure what's going on, but I hope this will be worth. It will, thank you. Come back here. No, we're not. Hooligans, nom nom. Okay, so what did you discover? Arf, arf. Arf, arf. What are we doing here? What is that? Marinette? Two girls just ran out from the dining car. Book lover. Mr. Brown is hunting them. He looked really angry. Rough diamond. Did something else happen? Drama queen. I can't stand this anymore. I want to reach land. Catherine. Me too. This trip was an absolute nightmare. Lazy student. I'm so scared. What if somebody else got assaulted tonight? Please someone come rescue us yet. Madeline. Listen, we live a frightening experience, but you have to endure a bit more. Tomorrow we'll arrive to our destination and it will be over. But we can let us get swept away by fear that can only make things worse. We understand, but it's hard knowing there's a killer on the loose. Everything is going to be alright. Just follow Mr. Brown's instruction and then come out from your room. Make sure to lock the door. But what if someone is trapped with the culprit? She will be in danger. Don't say that, stop scaring us. Relax. Even if that were true, you wouldn't be assaulted because the culprit will expose themselves. They only acted because they knew no one would guess their identity. But it would be stupid to assault your roomie knowing you will be the only suspect. Follow the orders and everything is going to be alright. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for reassuring us. Smart Twisted. Hey, I finally managed to get back my phone. What did I miss? You're the person that lost your phone at the beginning of the game. Oh no. Well, good luck to you then, Smart Twisted. Sorry, but we have to act before they manage to find us. It won't be long until they catch us here. Interesting. Okay, but why do we have to get in Miss Marble's room? Last time we were freaking out and didn't search the place fully. Okay. I think the final piece of evidence we need to reach the truth is right here. No, it's not that I think it. I know, I'm sure. Okay. But it's dangerous to be here alone. What will we do if the murderer comes to silence us? Relax, nobody going to jump on us. Well, except Mr. Brown, maybe. He sure is going to scold us for good for fleeing like this. But let's leave that for later, we have to get in first. So you didn't suspect Mr. Brown, interesting. I can't believe the door is open when this was a crime scene. I guess they accept nobody would want to get in a place where a person was killed. And that is true, I don't want to be here. What's that thing you're looking for? Okay, first thing first, I have to apologize to you. To me? You are an airhead who only thinks about blooming and food. But sometimes I forget that you make the sharpest remarks ever. Well, I mean, blooming and food could do that job. Remember kids, watch your bloomings and consume your food to be as smart as Astrid. That doesn't sound like an apology to me, just your usual bullying. No, really, I'm sorry, I should pay more attention to what you say. Okay, I'm glad you're taking me more seriously. Aw. And I made you skip your dinner. Twice. But for good reason. Yeah. Here and now we are going to solve this darn murder case. Interesting. And I'm sorry to say that, if I'm right, we could have stopped some of the events here. What do you mean? Whatever happens from now on, there will be no more death. Miss Marble was the final target and therefore we are not in danger anymore. We were not at any time actually. All assault will produce open very specific and non-furtitious people. The rest of the passengers were never at risk despite what we thought in first place, so this is a targeted attack indeed. You mean it's not a serial murder then? This is all about teacher? Yes, this is all about him. That chat with Clarice was a real eye-opener. What did you find? We couldn't find a motive linking Miss Marble's death with the other victims. But the thing about her being in love with Mr. Shepard was very significant. To sum up, the reason she died is because she loved that scumbag. Yep. That's horrible. Now think this, how could they kill her with that little time? Just before we decided to pay her a visit, she was resting alone in her room. Yeah, currently I have 4 suspects on my list actually. 4, no, not 4. I guess 3. First is Mr. Brown, second is Lena, third is Miss Marble herself, even though she died. That's the list of my suspect. I don't know if there is actually more. They could take the chance to kill her, no hurries. However, the killer opted for murdering her right after we went out of the room, and they had time to do it before we came back. They cleaned any trace and fled unseen in that short time frame. Do you think you could do a premeditated murder like that in such a short time? No, probably not. The answer is much more simple. She killed herself. Learning that her dear fellow was a molester with a long history of harassments must have felt like a triple treason for her. That reason is enough for her to falling into despair, though maybe not yet for such a dramatic ending. No, this is not just because she felt hurt, it is because she was feeling guilty. She is the one that killed Mr. Brown and then attacked Iran because of jealousy. And then after realizing everything, that the truth, she killed herself. She did something unforgivable. I don't understand, what do you mean? But I was correct about it's being a love problem. That first night when she caught us exiting from Shepard's room, we told her that we were tackling the case and that we had some clues about Teach's death. That will pique her interest, but most probably the piece of data she found more remarkable. Was that some first year visited Shepard just before he was killed. Then we mentioned Iran's name. We didn't have anything to back that claim, but also nothing to disprove it. So she should silence the not the victim, the what do you call it? The witnesses. Iran, the first year that could possibly see what is happening to Mr. Shepard by to that fucker Shepard, and that's why she's trying to sell on Iran. But still, the mystery is who is that first year, and that is why. What? But then, yeah, I'm afraid it's just like you think, and that will explain why we found her dead too. What an awful story. Agree, there was no need to go that far, that what started with a single unnecessary victim ended with 2 more people involved. Just because we didn't do our job properly. But you can know if things really went like that. Is there anything proving that theory? The final piece of evidence is right in this closet. Aha, interesting. Huh? What does the closet have to do with anything? Not the closet, but the thing inside. Remember that second time we got in Shepard's room? Yeah. You said that there was something odd, like something missing from the scene. Yep. I usually find hard to believe that someone as distracted as you is able to notice those kind of details, but you happen to be right. Ah, interesting. Hey, I'll remember this next time you feel reluctant to hear me out. Miss Marble kept the knife when it was found in the restroom. I guess she intended to guard it until the police could analyze it once we reached land. However, that is not the only piece of evidence she held. There was some other thing, an item she kept after kicking us out and wasn't when we came back there. What was it? This. And that is... oh. A jacket stained with blood. A red jacket. In that moment, we just had eyes for the body of teacher. So that is the person, the first year, who is coming to Mr. Shepard's room wearing a red jacket. We obviously were oblivious to the rest of details with such a shocking scene before us. But wait, but it was definitely there. Our testimony alone had not any value for her, but Miss Marble accepted those suspicions because she had the jacket with her. We are guilty for misleading her on that regard. So that red thing on the floor wasn't blood, but the red jacket. So Miss Marble act Like she was a first year disguising herself as a first year and then come to Mr. Shepard's room and murder him, which then Christine saw Miss Marble wearing the first year dress and not knowing that that is Miss Marble. The question is, why then attack Iran? Is it only because of jealousy or what? Don't think that, we couldn't know she would act like that. Yeah, but those are the facts. We have to take responsibility for what we did. Also, Togawa, Larson, where are you hiding? Here they are, they came a little sooner than expected. Listen, we don't have much time, but there is something else I still haven't explained. Okay. It's something important, I'll fill you in after talking with Mr. Brown. I guess you can understand if I show you this, though. It was inside the pocket of the jacket. I'm sure you tied up all the loose ends by now. What do you mean? Ranko, no. Don't worry, my resolve is still as strong as when we began looking into this. I'll be consistent with the outcome whatever happens. There's a twist, isn't it? Togawa? Hello, Mr. Brown. We are sorry for having run away like that. Sit down for a bit, please. We have to talk about the things that happened here. The time to close this case has finally come. Okay. Then close it. 2 days, just 2 days were enough for unraveling the worst tragedy we ever lived until then. The beauty of the ocean water surrounding us while we trapped in that submarine train was tainted with the horrors of death. But just as New Day arrived at last, so was the moment to learn the truth. Not one, not some, but all of them. Interesting. What do you mean?